everyone, my name is AP the Weird One, and we are back with Yandere, the Yandere Dark Elf. She chased me all the way from another world, episode 4. So this is the point, anime fans, you either love it or drop it. I don't hate it, but I do got a concern with this episode. There's a problem. Not so much in the terms of direction, how the story went or anything, but in terms of a certain character. We'll get into that. So, this episode, May and what is this? The other elf, Cecilia or Celia. They have come from the other world to bring back Mirabelle back to the other world, because if they don't want this human world to know about the existence, and neither do their world. It could cause some major problems. Of course, Mirabelle doesn't hear anything about that. She's lovey-dovey brain. She's like, no. You just want to take me for my precious boy. You want to take me away from Hinata. It leads to a verbal confrontation. Of course, Hinata manages to stop him and say, "Hey, I'll take responsibility if anything bad happens." Being a good man he is. Though I didn't wish he was I didn't wish he was like kind of begging. He was down on his knees. I wish that wasn't the case. Being a man, I wish he'd held both women onto their shoulders and say, "Hey, listen, I'll take care of this." But what it is. And then following there, these two decide, we'll leave, okay, and we got to get back to our world. But of course, they don't go back. They're going to be next door neighbors. That's the brief summary, but we do have some more to talk about. Now, here's my complaint. May. She is extremely annoying, and it's not because of the voice actor. No. It has nothing to do with Ayumi Mano's performance. The reason I know this is because she's Alice in the Duke of Death and is Maid, and she does a fantastic performance. She sounds perfectly, fine, nothing too crazy, not really annoying. But yeah, I mean, just the the lines that she had, ugh, it was just really bad. I'm like, this was the voice coach. They told her that direction. To me, it didn't even sound like her, but then I heard the voices. I'm like, okay, it sounds the same. But so it ain't Yumi's problem. It's the voice director's problem. Anyway, so that's that one complaint. I'm not keen on her voice, but hey, we'll deal with it. I really like Mirabelle's voice actor. Minanami does a really good performance with her. I just love the way that she sounds. But yeah, and in terms of the manga, it's very faithful, though there's some bit interesting points. One thing about the anime, it covers just chapter 7, by the way. Just covers chapter 7. We'll go to the wine. But yeah, I thought this scene right here was cut out, but it turns out it wasn't the case. It was just me being bad memory, whatever. But they do have this duel. I think it's the wording that threw me off. I'm like, oh, they said it in a different way. But here's the really kind of interesting point. So, we do have some good fan service. Excellent fan service. But it's sort of a bit of a follow-up. So, if we go to the manga, we can see that after Cecile and Mia left, Mirabelle is naked. She's like, "Thank you for sticking up with me." Now, anime, she's clothed, but don't worry. We'll get to the point. But what I kind of find funny is, after this panel, it showed to have she's got clothes on, but afterwards she's perfectly fine. She's naked again and everything. Now, following that confrontation, everything is all hunky dory, sort of stick. And Mirabelle's all hot and heavy, and these two almost have sex. They're getting down. She shows off the underwear that Hinata bought for her. They're having a good old time. But yeah, so it kind of leads to this moment. You know, and Hinata is not having it or anything. It's like, but yeah, it's a very hot and heavy scene. We see all our goodness, but of course, Cecile says, "May the gods protect you," and put a little seal on his crotch, preventing action. Immediately forwards, he covers up. Mirabelle's pissed, and the manga, it doesn't seem like that happened, but the fact is, like, it's going to be a long day maybe implies that. I don't know. So kind of interesting direction, like deciding, like, but I guess when they do have romance, it's going to be a good sweet scene. So, Cecile could tell that he wasn't ready yet. He's not ready to have love with her. All right, so yeah, we get some good spicy moments. They drag it out. They drag out that good scene. Make the episode last, and even the ending has Mirabelle naked as well. So even if the ending is a little bit short, even if the outro is a little bit short, they do give us the spicy goodness. But yeah, that's essentially the episode. Like I said, my only complaint is May being just annoying. Everything else is perfectly fine, but I was surprised by the sex scene. I don't know. It felt like they were at that point, but maybe not. He's not ready to make the commitment. He likes her and likes having her around, but he's 16. He's still unsure of himself. He wants to be a proper man, you could say. But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully you have a wonderful day. I'll catch you guys for episode 5. Have a lovely Monday.